Happy Monday. Looks like we're gonna starting out the day a little bit down. Give me just 1 second. I like to listen, make sure everyone can hear me. Welcome everybody. Happy over on X. Okay, looks like people can hear me there. Let me throw a quick GM in the chat. Down a little bit. Market's just opening as we speak here. We'll see what we wow, it doesn't look like they opened down as much as they were supposed to. Or according to the futures, we were looking to open up way below 1%. And it looks like wow. Interesting. We were looking to open up just when I just did my TikTok report about 20 minutes ago, the NASDAQ was signaling down about 1.23%, and just now we're down 0.6, so not quite as bad. The Dow is looking negative too. It's positive a quarter point. S&P down 0.2. So we'll kind of see how this plays out over the next few minutes. Of course, you look at oil here. Oil 73.54, up 3%. You know, all of this, of course, coming back to Trump, and there's been bombing going back and forth at least 3-4 days now. Obviously the memo of understanding's off the table, and there's back and forth about what's happening. The strait's closed if it's open, but bombs are flying. Oil's back up almost $74. So I believe it was actually $74 at one point. Remember, it was 68, 69 when it was kind of what we were talking about. So, you know, when we knew things were at least copacetic for the time being. Bitcoin, pull the daily up here. Hey, Mr. Heine Coin. Good morning. Great space you guys had today at 8:30 a.m. on X. Hey, Scott, good to see you there too. Yeah, great weekend. Thank you. Yeah, I did some good hiking both days. Had a really good hike last night. Right before dark. It was great. Didn't feel great on Saturday. Friday, Saturday, I wasn't feeling awesome. Just kind of chugged it along. But last night I was feeling good. It was good to be out there. And yeah, good to be back. We're down a little bit. You see on the daily, Bitcoin right now, 62,674. Down 2.1%. We're a little off the low here, but that's just probably with the market. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just getting pulled down by the gas price and the traditional market, to be honest with you. Great space today, by the way, Scott. Ethereum 1774, 1.8%, 1.7% down. XRP $7.21, we're down 2.3%. And Solana 75.79. So basically, you know, down 1.8%. But with Solana, you have not only the drag of the market, we also have some of the attention right now going over to Robinhood. They launched their new chain. It remains to be seen, to be honest. A lot of talk back and forth. Obviously, they're doing great volume over there, both on the overall, of course, on the meme coins. Cash Cat, last I checked, was about $160 million. Took quite some of the, you know, we'd seen Ansem, which was a creator supply controlled coin, get up to almost $500 million. And it got all the way down. Right now, here it is, 243 million. Got all the way down to, geez, let's look at the daily chart here. This is just I kind of keep an eye on it now to see it's not that old of a coin. So it looks like it wicked up as high as 448, almost 450 million. The other day I started dropping. I bought the dip down here to about got down to like 188. I bought that, and then I sold it at about 240, 235, 238, 240. I can't remember. And now it's no. So you know what? Yeah. And then it got up. It got as high as about 290 yesterday. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. Just honestly, more than anything, I'm out of it. I don't own any. I do own some, obviously, some other creator coins. I'm into, I've been mentioning this Bitcoin bull. It's at 8.4 million right now. We got in at what, 158,000, so up like 65x. It's been as high as like 10.2. So that's a creator coin. Our buddy Jason AI Williams, he comes on my show. I've been bull posting, supporting him. A few others, we got David Gockstein, another good friend out here. His at about 1 million. TBB's Jason's the Bitcoin bull. And he's kind of uniting people. Even him and David are kind of talking a little bit. David's got a big show, and a big show on TikTok and on X as well. Tens of thousands of people every day. We don't really see him on Spaces and much yet. I don't think he likes all the drama, immaturity, and whatnot that goes on there. But he's got his. It got up. It was ranging over about. It was ranging over, like, I think it got up. Let's look at the daily. But I'm just kind of supporting a few of these good projects, people I like out here. Yeah, you can see they're not. This is the daily chart. It got up as high as 2.85 million, dropped down to about, over the weekend, about 6.24. I loaded up a bunch there, but just positive. I'm supporting positive people. How long this metal happen? I don't know. I mean, you see, if you look at the holders down here, both these projects, they hold like 64% for David, I assume. And then for Jason, it was 70%, the top wallet. And now it's 69%. So a little over 69%. So he's given away 1% so far. Airdropped. He's done like 9 airdrops. He's giving people that are creating videos and helping pull the wagon. He's giving away about $75,000 at the price right now. And, if that goes to 10 million, he's still got $5.7 million in there to give away and work to promote in the project. So, I don't think they're going away tomorrow, but I kind of I'm in those, do your own research, check them out. Kind of, on all these things, these are extremely high risk, but I'm keeping an eye on Ansem because I want to see kind of how the flow is back and forth. Hey, Coach Master, GM out there on the West Coast, super early for you. Only 6:39 a.m. Good to see you. Coming, a lot of friends from X coming at me from YouTube. Also, a bunch of friends over there on X listen live, so I appreciate you. Anyway, I'm keeping an eye on this. Like I say, the Robinhood, to be determined if it holds, right? I mean, there's some attention over there. They obviously have millions of users. Whether they're going to open up the trenches, so to speak, to all their people and stuff, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to happen, right? But they are a big platform. If they ever actually formally list it. But, you have to bridge over. It's a layer 2. You can't own the chain, yada, yada, yada. You can, of course, own Robinhood. Probably a good buy, to be honest with you. I know that Kathy Woods Road kind of just bought a bunch of that. She's in and out of Robinhood from time to time, but I know she just bought a bunch of Robinhood, sold her Circle after it really pumped, and then bought into Robinhood. So that's a way to kind of play it, but to be determined if it's actually going to be a massive threat long term, and it's going to really have the staying power of people come back to Solana. A lot of it's networked effect. There's a lot of things, but anyway, I'm still over here on Solana. I am kind of liking what Ansem's done with this supply control. Let's see how much he holds supply. 58.4. He says same things. You do airdrops, help the project. I know for a fact that Jason Williams is, and I'm sure the same with David. I haven't talked to David personally, had near the interaction I have with Jason, but supporting those projects. I'm an investor, especially with the Bitcoin bull. I think that's going to go good. He's got a lot of followers. He's probably, worth hundreds of millions, maybe even in the billions. Been around for a while, had a best-selling book, Bitcoin Hard Money You Can't F With. So anyway, I'm supporting Jason. I've known the guy for 10 years. out there bull posting, having some fun. Now, so far, he's given $100,000 on $75,000 back to the community, and he's got 5.9 million more. And if he gets to say 100 million, now it may be ridiculous, but if he did, he would have $69 million to give away or drop back and help support the coin. So anyway, that's that. That's how I'm kind of keeping an eye on him. We'll see. Let's look into some of the news that's kind of driving the markets and not right now. Fear and greed still at 20. That's about right. Extreme fear, which we've been since 10:10. I think we've had one day out of fear. And even then it's been in fear. So, but anyway, 20 seems about right. We'll see what happens this week with opening down. Some big news for Solana. Japanese financial giant SBI partners with Solana Foundation to build on-chain financial market in Japan. So people are going to have to choose. Are they going to go centralized? Are they going to go decentralized? They can go Ethereum. They can go Solana. They're going to go Binance Chain. They're going to go Hyperliquid. They're going to go Sui. That's it. But right now, most of my chips are pushed in on Solana. Now imagine some of these coins too that we talk about, some of these Solana tokens like Ansem, David, TBB, some of the communities, Heinecoin, and some of these other communities, coins from DigiJoin. Imagine how those would be doing if we actually had Solana pumping. So Solana's down, but not out. It'll be fine. But we'll see. We'll see how much comes back. Also, you realize it's centralized. That you got a KYC. Ultimately, I've heard a bunch of transactions don't go through. The liquidity is not quite as much over there. But I'm just saying there's pros and cons. I've seen a lot of these chains go. I don't think they're going away, but how much they'll affect the actual overall picture, I don't know. I don't ever think the centralized exchanges are going to compete with the decentralized exchanges. Just like in the early days of the internet, we had intranets and internets. Everyone tried to do their own intranets. None of them lasted. So I more believe that the bigger adoption will be with the internet. You can't get your stuff frozen. Can't, all that stuff that happens. Don't forget, so there's some pushback there. Also, as we think about the AI, AI is going to have headwinds. There's a lot of lawsuits now. They're claiming they're stealing data. There's a big lawsuit with Apple. There's pushback on the data centers. There's going to be pushback on the power plants. These are centralized entities. People are afraid of AI. We got the whole, Terminator movies, all these movies we've had about AI taking over stuff, taking jobs. It's not as simple as, the money's going to flow back into crypto, I think. But not that I don't think you should be investing in AI or power or data centers or nuclear or whatever, copper wire, however you want to play that. But don't think it's not going to be without its headwinds, and it's not just pie in the sky. You have sector and capital rotation. So I'm fine. I'm fine in my lane doing my crypto thing, playing with some of these meme coins and stuff in the meantime, making a little money, having some fun with the folks out there, seeing some friends and communities making some money. And some aren't going to work. Some work. Right now, I'm up huge. Say I'm up 62x, 62 to 65x on the Bitcoin bull. Wish I had it. On my only regrets, I didn't buy more. World Cup. Of course, you probably saw the Conor McGregor big UFC, some big World Cup. We're now down to the Final Four. UFC, kind of disappointing. Conor McGregor, big comeback, does kind of a crazy, super long scissor kick, and comes down and tears his ACL, and he's done. Couldn't even get started. Basically, it was over. He couldn't stand up. Little ground and pound. Finally, Max Holloway had to stand back and say, hey, he can't get up, And so it was kind of crazy. I mean, dude, got I think $30 million, bunch of hype. Most people were betting on him, and it wasn't even. Now he had a broken leg. He got his leg broken out by Dustin Poirier, and this and that. There's always the problem. He's been out for what? How many years? He's been out. He's been out for years, and he's made a ton of money. But I think he was in shape, ready to come in. Super disappointing for everybody involved. That was just you hate it when that happens. But But we still have the World Cup going on. We're now down to France and Spain fighting it out tomorrow at 1 p.m. my time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, and England and Argentina. Who do you got? I think most people, it's funny. Everyone that told me before because I don't follow this stuff, everyone told me France, Spain, England. I don't think too many people said Argentina, but they were they're always a power there. People are pissed off saying they're getting special refereeing and stuff like that. Who knows? So we'll see. A lot of people still think France. You never know, though, right? These are all. It's tough at this point. So I'm looking forward to them. I've been hitting the gym watching them, so I'll watch both these games and we'll see who you got. Put it in the comments if you're picking someone. I'm not a huge fan of France. My family's from Spain. I'll probably go with Spain. I'll probably go with Argentina, though I think England might take it. I'll probably go with Argentina, but I think England's going to win. So I don't know how I say. I'm rooting for Argentina, but I think England might win, but you never know. So anyway, in the end, it's going to be good. So a couple good games. So we got 3 games left. So looking forward to that. Shout out. It's been fun. I've definitely watched more football than I ever have in my entire life. Not even close. It's because I'm interacting with people here and on X and having a fun time. President Trump says the U.S. is taking control of the Straits of Hormuz. Like I say, I've been saying this for months now. I don't believe anything. I just believe the price. When I see the oil price at 73.54, not great. NASDAQ down a little more, Dow still positive, but barely, and S&P down 0.39. Take a quick look at Bitcoin. I think this is how it's going to be today. The question is, can we kind of consolidate here? Is this all the damage, or do we bleed lower? We're still holding above the 52-week or 200-week moving average on Bitcoin, barely, so that's good. But we're at 62,717. So if we hold these levels through the week and a little bit up and down, I'm fine. But do we get more bad news and whatever? I don't know. The confusion is not helping the market, for sure. So Trump says we're control. Iran says it's closed. Trump also, I saw this morning. He's coming out saying that President Trump says countries must pay for the U.S. for defending the Straits. So there you have it. We'll see. Obviously, they just had the big NATO meeting. Saudi Arabia, UAE, a lot of people are sending oil out the other side of the country. I think a year or two from now, the Straits won't matter. But, yeah, back and forth bombing, massive bombings. I've even heard they're using some bunker bombs. By the way, man, I'm hearing horrible news out of Crimea. It's like turned into freaking Mad Max out there. No electricity, no water. People can't charge their cell phones. Russia seems to have abandoned them. So bad situation. Worried about the people in Crimea. Kind of been hung out to dry there. Mad Max, people beating each other, shooting each other, beating each other with crowbars and baseball bats. Very bad situation over there. So hopefully Russia, steps in. It's kind of, they claim that's their people. They feel like the Russians. But anyway, horrible situation happening out there. As I have some sources I follow for, the on the ground people with the clips and stuff following the bombings and stuff. And just so got a little bit of news on Crimea yesterday. But we'll see. Like I say, oil's up. That's bad. That's why the market's down. And we don't want it to get worse. Interesting. Michael Saylor put his orange bubbles. Everyone's like, oh, he's going to start buying again. I'm like, I don't think so. But he did post his orange bubbles. I can't remember what he said. But it comes out today. They did increase their reserves by 450 million. So now they're still holding their 843,775 Bitcoin, but they now have 3 billion in US dollar reserves. I believe that's enough to pay 2 years. I believe that's almost enough or close to enough to pay 2 years. So let's take a look over at STRC. It was up a little when I checked it last. STRC, 87.10. It's been about 85. So they still need to get it to that $100 peg, not peg, but par. so they can start buying more Bitcoin. So they're not buying, which is fine. I said for a while there, I thought the best thing for Saylor to do is just sit back and not do anything, right? Let the dust settle, let crypto come back. And it could, that could be a process. Listen, are we going to stay here? Or are we going to go down? It's kind of split, right? If you look at the probabilities, there's a probability we drop down, have another big flush into the 50s, 40s, whatever. Probabilities about the same as we've already been in the bottom. So nobody knows. We don't know. Every day we're here analyzing stuff, seeing. Certainly macroeconomic events matter. This also crazy. I know. I thought Mitch McConnell was in a coma, and then I hear Lindsey Graham dies suddenly, just back a day from Crimea. Seems fishy to me, but who knows? They say he had like a tear in his aorta. I've seen that happen before. You're dead in hours, if not instantly. Certainly don't last through the day if that happens. But that's a preliminary thing they've said. But it makes you wonder. Just simply back a day, but you can go from healthy to dead in, like I say, in minutes or hours with that happening. But it was kind of weird. Now Mitch McConnell, I guess, is out of his coma, and I was like, "Is this a miss?" I thought it was Mitch that was going to die anyway. Still doesn't help, I don't think. Two leaders in the Senate, right? So we have, of course, I thought they were going to talk today about the Bitcoin Clarity Act, but the Clarity Act, the Bitcoin and crypto structure, but now they're saying Friday. So we'll see. That's got to pass. I think it's, I hear there's bipartisan support. We'll see. That could blow us out of this bear market, and we could see the end. If it doesn't pass, I think we're likely to bleed down. So those are the possibilities. It's a coin toss at this point. But you should probably be buying. But, some people like Jason Williams, he's in cash on some of his plays, thinking he can buy lower. We'll see. BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Ripple, 49 other firms have joined the UK's tokenization task force. The group will work on live tokenized use case across financial markets. As the UK pushed to bring real-world assets, capital markets, infrastructure, and blockchain rails closer together. It's huge. RWA, man. It's on my title every day for the last how many years on the Bitcoin Morning Show. Coming up next. Feel free to join us over there at top of the hour. CZ burned 1.1 billion donated meme coins. People donate meme coins, right? Into CZs, into Vitalik's wallet. In the past, Vitalik, what he's done is he's sold them, donated it to charity, like $50 million worth. But that's what happened. That's why Shiba Inu blew up, right? When he donated his coins. That's what got them on the map and made them an $8 billion coin, right? He sold $50 million worth for COVID relief, right? But that's what people are hoping. CZ just burned them, said, burn them, don't send them to me. So it's just a ploy. Just a ploy to put it in people's wallets. Okay, this week, we got Tuesday, we have CPI. Wednesday, we have PPI. I think Fed chairman speaks tomorrow, Warsh, and jobless claims on Thursday. So there is some data. There is some data that could affect the markets. And a speech by Warsh, of course. That can be monumental there, depending on if he's hawkish or dovish. Bitmine. Tom Lee, they buy another 27,801 Ethereum. I think it was 49.1 million. These guys don't stop, man. They do not back off. Of course, what they have that, first off, they don't offer, they're not paying a fixed dividend like Strategy is, right? Strategy would be fine if he just kept buying, but he wanted to buy a bunch, so he used these these strategies to buy a bunch, right? So I think that's I think that's why he's been under pressure. But these guys aren't under that pressure. They also have $1 million or $2 a day in staking rewards, for securing the network. So different situation. But anyway, man, he's not backing off. And I know there was another couple big buys by a couple other institutions for like 30 million. So some of the big institutions are believing in Ethereum, and it's definitely the most decentralized, definitely the most secure. So MU, which is Micron, we hear a lot about them. They got listed on Sunrise using Sunrise listings on Solana. They've already done $300 million in volume. So I'm telling you, the tokenization is a big thing. And I think that's ultimately what Robinhood wants to get to. Take everything, tokenized on chain. Meta is boosting their Louisiana data centers to over $50 billion. So, the AI thing pushes forward. It's definitely not going away. Let's take one last market snapshot, man. I think we just kind of see what happens this week. My hope is we just kind of maintain the 200-week moving average. We kind of don't go down too much from here. But usually if you're not going up, you're slow bleeding down. So we'll see. But as of right now, yeah, oil still up, mid 73, 73.54. NASDAQ now down 0.98. Well, let me refresh it, give you the latest here, the latest numbers. But I'm just hoping we can maintain and survive this week. I'm happy. I was hoping we could open up with like 64 where we came into the weekend, but it was the too much war going on for that to happen. But well, if we believe this, the NASDAQ's now positive. The NASDAQ has turned positive on us. Nope, that was wrong. I was going to say, I don't think that had fully refreshed. Yep, we're down 0.95, up a third on the Dow, down a quarter on the S&P. Bitcoin is up, is at 62,294, actually down even, let's look at the daily chart here and see. I think we're back dead down. Yeah, down, looking at the hourly chart here since the market opened. Yeah, this is us on the market. So we pumped up a little and here we are. So yeah, on the daily down. So I hope we can just maintain this and don't bleed out this week. Right now, we don't know. We'll look at the data. We'll see what comes back with Trump and the war. And if they can get that straight open one way or the other. Markets don't like uncertainty. We got an uncertainty on a Monday. We do have some football to look forward to. Touch some grass. I had a great hike last night. Sometimes I hike and I'm just like dragging. Sometimes I have a lot of energy. Yesterday, I ran out of sunlight before I ran out of energy. Did over 3 miles, about 1,200 vertical feet. Felt good. Yeah, we're out there. Feel free to join me on the GM Bitcoin show. We're talking about TBB and also his other coin doing good, his GPC, his brand coin. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the earning bull. Our guy Michael, one of our good friends, daily contributors, and one of the smartest guy I know when it comes to liquidity. He has the earning bull, and it's up to like 500,000. He brought it to us show at about 40,000, so we're up 10, 12x on that as well. So we've been making some money on some of these coins. Anyway, come join us over there. Thanks for joining me live. We'll be back tomorrow. My message is let's just survive this week and until we get some good news. A lot of what crypto is surviving. You really